Good morning, everybody. This is Susie Q, Sue Sanders, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, with another easy tip for Tuesday. We are making another layout card, sketch card, to add to your little book. So what we're starting with today is I have a piece of basic white thick. You could use a different color cardstock, but I just wanted it to be on white. And then I have a piece of basic white that I have embossed with the Cane Weave embossing folder. I have 5 strips of designer series paper, and this is from last year, so it is a retired paper pack. And then I have 2 circles, one that is a 2-inch and one that is the 2 3/8 inch. So we're going to put together this layout real quick for the sketch because I'm on a time frame here. So I've just got a base of a card. I don't have a full card so that I can write on the back of this what I used for my sketch. So we're going to adhere our Cane Weave down, and I'm going to put the bumpy side up because I like that. And we're just going to use our Stampin' Seal Plus. Be careful when you're using this on embossed pieces because it does sometimes pull it up. And I'm going to lay that down as a layer for my mat. And this is going to be one that is going to just go in my sketchbook that I can use for any kind of card making later on. This will already, oops, I did something wrong. Let's see, where is my, I got ahead of myself here. I don't want to stick this piece down yet because we have to glue on. So I'm going to lay this piece that I have sticky on down on my silicone mat because it won't stick. I have 5 pieces that are strips cut at 5/8 of an inch. And I can use either side, but I'm going to keep it coherent and I'm going to use all the polka dot side. So I'm going to lay my strips down to see what color combination I like the best. And I am using all 5 colors for this. I think I'm going to go Orchid Oasis, Starry Sky, Tahitian Tide, and fill in at the bottom with the Parakeet Party. So that's how the layout's going to be. And I want to make sure that my papers overhang the corners a little bit. So here we're going to just use our glue and adhere these down. I love card sketches because when you get into a I call it a funk, F-U-N-K, that you don't really know what kind of a card you want to make or what you want to use. These sketches help you to just give you some ideas. And most generally, all the sketches can be used with any of your designer series paper, any color cardstock that you desire. So I want to make sure that that one covers my corner, and I'm putting them up right next to each other. I'm not having a seam, but you could definitely leave a little space between these. This layout is also great if you have a lot of those scraps that you don't know what to do with. They don't all have to be the 5/8 of an inch. You could definitely do thinner strips if you want. And I bet I'm gonna wind up with some white area over here, but that's okay because we'll deal with that. Whoops, push that one up. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of white sticking out over here, which is okay. I'm not too worried about it. I can always make a notation that I just didn't have it down far enough. Okay, so then after you get those laid down, then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take and cut off this purple, which is the Orchid Oasis. And I'm going to lay that down then here at the bottom so that it just covers up that white. Just a little bit of card surgery there. Okay, so that just kind of covers up that little white square. Then I'm going to come and I'm going to cut off all of the excess that I have. And I do use a pair of sticky scissors. They're only used for cutting sticky things. Cut all your excess off. And I consider that once I've used strips for scraps, I don't have to keep any more of it. I think sometimes we become scrap hoarders and they become out of hand. And it's like, oh, but I will never get that paper again. It's like, yeah, it's okay. There's going to be more paper. So stop hoarding your paper. As Kylie Patucci says, love it, chop it, use it up, buy some more. Okay. Oh, I've got some people that jumped on here with me. I wasn't expecting anybody. Good morning, Kat. How are you? How do I clean my sticky scissors? Well, I have always used alcohol wipes. You know, those wipes that you can get at the pharmacy to give yourself shots. So I just buy a box of those and clean off my scissors. I'll show you here in just a second how I do that. All right, so now there is my basic card, and then I'm going to take and put on my area where I will do my greeting. And you can use any color that you choose to do this. You could even just use a white one if you wanted to. And then I will pop this up off of there. But because of the space in my little book, I don't have room to pop it up. So then when I make my notes on the back, I'll flip this over, write my instructions. So I start with my card base is 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored at 4.25. Then I have my layer, and that's embossed, and that is 4 by 5.25. And then I have 4 to 5 strips, if I can spell today, that are 5/8 of an inch by approximately 5 inches. Okay. Then I have 2 circles that are layering. And I'm going to just put a note next to it that I can pop that up with dimensionals. Okay. So then that layout can be added to my layout book. Okay. So you want to know how I clean my scissors. Now, some people may not do this, but I've been doing this for years. So these are the little alcohol prep pads. If you don't have these, you can use just rubbing alcohol with a cotton ball, but these are just, they're relatively inexpensive and you get a whole bunch of them. And then I just take and rub them up on my scissors. Can you see that, Cat? And that takes all the stickiness off of my scissors. Then sometimes, depending on how much sticky stuff I have on there, I have to work a little bit harder at getting it scrubbed off. And I just let these lay there and dry. The alcohol will dry pretty fast. Okay, so now that I've got my layout, let me show you how I'm going to do a get well card for my upline who decided to break her ankle. So I will be making this card and sending it out today. And I am using, the card base is now at 11 by 4¼ so you can use it either way. I've embossed the same piece. Flip that over. And now here is the in color paper that we have for this year. So I'm just going to put my little papers down, and I use the hearts. And they're just going to go every which way. And I think this time I'm going to start at the bottom so that and there's no real, guess there is a direction for this. So we'll try to get it directional here. But this is a good way to use up scraps, because you don't have to use designer series paper from the same pack. Okay, you can mix and match however you want. And they go together really fairly quickly. And I know these are kind of muted tones, but I do love the new in colors. So I hope everybody has a safe 4th of July. It is going to be a hot one here in Missouri. We were supposed to be doing some outside work. I don't know if that's going to actually come about. Outside work. I need to clean out my shed, my storage shed. Whoops, this piece isn't all the way off. Let's lift it up a little bit more. I need to go in and change something on my video here. All right, so now that is all stuck down. And by doing it on your silicone mat, you won't get glue. Okay, well, oh, your scissors you almost threw away? Oh no, I don't throw away scissors. The scissors that I use for my sticky stuff, I've had for over 20 years. I had them when I was in a different company. And they still work great. So, you know, I could keep some of these longer scraps, but why bother? So that all gets in the trash. Set this aside. Oops. That one didn't cut off. Okay. Now I'm going to stamp real quick because I have an appointment that I'm going to have to leave for here in like 7 minutes. Probably be one of my fastest videos I've ever done. Wishing you a speedy recovery. I'm going to attach that to my circle, and then that is Moody Mauve. Didn't think that went out real good because it's going to go on top of a Moody Mauve stripe, but that's okay. Oops. And I could have done the boho blue as one of the other colors, but I didn't. So, but that's okay. Now I'm going to attach this down to my base. Yeah, see how that's ripping my embossed piece? So you have to go real light. Sometimes, most of the time, I do use glue, but I don't have the time this morning. So here's my white on white, and you could definitely put this on a piece of colored cardstock as well. And here's my circles, so I'm going to put on some dimensionals. All right, wishing you a speedy recovery. It's going to go right there. I can add embellishments if I want to, or I don't have to. It looks good just like it is. So there is a card that I made very quickly with this sketch. Okay, so most of the measurements are in the description, so you can have those. And then I always, like I said, I write on the back of my card what it is. So, or what my measurements are, so that I can just add that then right to my sketchbook. And this is just a little photo album that I got real cheap at the $1.25 store. So I can add that in here. And now when I need an idea and I'm lost, I can look at my sketchbook and see the different ways that I can make cards. So there we have it today, everybody. That is my tip and technique today, is to make another sketch card. I hope you have a wonderful day. Good morning, Cherie. Glad that you were able to jump on here. I'm just about finished. I'm going to get my nails redone. And I just realized that I didn't have my light on this morning. Oh, well. You're all alone. Everybody else is in Thailand. Well, now, Teddy didn't go to Thailand, did he? I would hope not. Okay, everybody. Y'all have a great holiday weekend. We'll see you next week. No, I'm sorry. Tomorrow's Thursday. No, Wednesday. Thursday. I'll be back Thursday with a 3 on Thursday. Bye, everybody.